Hello, all you horror freaks out there. This is the Strange Monkey coming at you with yet another horror movie review. This time, I'm going to be reviewing my favorite horror movie. The one, the only, the classic Halloween, directed by John Carpenter. The legend. The greatest of all time. To me, many would say that they have their favorites, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, The Exorcist, The Evil Dead. But for me, it's Halloween. You can't top that one. A lot of people have seen this movie. You know what it's about. A Halloween night. Michael Myers is a little kid. And, what does he do? He goes up the stairs, kills his sister Judith. What the fuck is going on? He ends up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium for years. And all of a sudden, later on, I believe it's 15 years later, he breaks out like a wild madman. Dr. Loomis is trying to escort him to another place, and then this is where all hell breaks loose. Dr. Loomis is played by the great Donald Pleasence, the late great Donald Pleasence. I wish he was still here. He said he would stop at Halloween 22. God rest his soul. Jamie Lee Curtis plays Laurie Strode. This was her first movie role, if I'm not mistaken. And she's the innocent one here. She's the original Scream Queen. Well, I can't say original because, her mom was in Psycho. But a lot of people consider her to be the ultimate Scream Queen. Can't top this. But anyway, she is not aware of what's going on. She's the long-lost sister of Michael Myers. Well, they reveal that in part 2. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry, this movie came out in 1978. Dr. Loomis is trying to make his way to Haddonfield to warn the good people of Haddonfield, Illinois. Haddonfield, Illinois. Sorry. Mainly Sheriff Brackett. He's trying to convince him, hey, Michael Myers is running around out here. You gotta fucking do something. Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it or help me to stop it. John Carpenter had a specific vision for this film, and his vision rocked. He did a fantastic job directing, as well as co-writing this film with Deborah Hill. And what do you get? You get a masterpiece of a film. This film has been praised worldwide as one of the best horror movies of all time. The soundtrack. How could I forget about the soundtrack for this film? John Carpenter composed it. He brought this to a few higher-ups in Hollywood, and they said, this is not scary. What did he do? He made one of the best damn soundtracks of all time, that's for sure. That Halloween theme scares the shit out of me to this day. When I was a kid, I remember watching this for the very first time, and 2 specific scenes stay in my head forever. It was the scene where he kills Linda with the telephone cord. And I'm sorry, but if you haven't seen it, sorry. So there are some spoilers in this. And when Dr. Loomis saves the day, shoots Michael off the balcony 6 times, ladies and gentlemen. There are a lot of rumors out there that the reason I have this nail through my fingers that Michael got pissed at me and stabbed me. That's not the case. I'll explain why in a moment. I promise you. There's a lot behind that. There's more to the story, Anyway, who knew that a man walking around in a William Shatner mask would terrify people with just the way he walks, when it's from his point of view? It's just terrifying. I didn't know this until, a few years ago. This is a William Shatner mask, Captain Kirk from Star Trek. They spray painted the mask, messed around with the hair, dyed it, ripped off the sideburns, and there you go. You have a horror icon. Guys, if you haven't seen this movie, you really need to check it out. I play it every year on my TV for Halloween. It's one of the best movies. If you're having a horror movie marathon, make sure to have Halloween on that list. And, I had to do a review for this film because there's a new one on the way. There is a new Halloween film coming out this year. There are people involved that are from the first film. John Carpenter's executive producer, Jamie Lee Curtis, is reprising her role as Laurie Strode. How? How is that possible, do you ask? Well, this is 40 years later, after the first film. So all of the sequels are being disregarded. Nick Castle is reprising his role as Michael Myers once again, sharing the role as well as with another stuntman. I don't know his name, but still, this is going to be very exciting, you know. But anyway, Halloween, the original, gets a 10 out of 10. Amazing. You know, I should review the rest of the franchise, you know, later on during the year to make my way to the new film and then eventually reviewing that. Yes, even Halloween Resurrection. Also, just a suggestion for you kids out there. If you ever watch this film, watch it back to back with Halloween. Seriously. Halloween 2. That's what I mean. Halloween 2. Because it takes place during the same night. Don't worry, I'm not going to cut myself with this. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. There's so many ways you can watch this franchise now. It's like an adventure book. You know? I'll explain it in another video. But, yeah. I've been Strange Monkey. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Like me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, you know. I've been Strange Monkey, and thank you for watching. Oh no, death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it or...